His Majesty that I'm here today with Erica Jones, who is the Chief Curator of African Arts at the University of California, Los Angeles, Fowler Museum. Last year, she contacted me about some artifacts, about 7 of them, that they were from the 1874, the Sagrenti War, and how those items were taken all the way to Britain. And it went through all kinds of auctions and all kinds of sales. And then in 1965, an individual and group called the Wellcome Trust donated several items, including these objects, to the Fowler Museum at the University of California, Los Angeles. So she wanted to find out how they can return those objects. First of all, I said, okay, I thanked her. And I said, well, in the first place, I would like to go and see for myself. It can be anything, right? So in this past May, I went to Los Angeles and I met with her at the university, and she showed me the objects and everything. And I said then she should wait. I have seen, based on the little knowledge that I know, at least I know they belong to Asantuma, but I don't have the final say. So she should wait. I will come and I'll bring the pictures and the documents to Francia and for His Majesty and the elders to see whether it is true that they are Asante objects. So I came last week and I met and I had audience with His Royal Majesty also. And they paved the way for me to ask her. So I went back and I asked her to come. So we came yesterday. She arrived the day before in Accra, and then we came yesterday. And so we are here simply to introduce her to His Royal Majesty and also to initiate the process to bring those objects here. I told her that coming to this a place like this, there are usual customary things that we do. So she also came with some gifts. There's this envelope for His Royal Majesty. It's a lot of envelope. And of course, all kinds of assorted drinks for His Royal Majesty. And then there's this nice envelope here also for Nananum. I usually see Nananum and Achiame here. So this is for Nananum and Achiame. There's this also the one here for Ehingwa. And later on, she's got a special envelope also for Nanahima, Her Majesty, and a gift. But at this point also, before you continue, she also brought another special gift from the museum. I'll let her also tell her own story.
This book, this is the book that's really about the collection of the Fowler Museum. The Fowler, we were founded in 1963, and we've been focused on arts from around the world. And so these are sort of the highlights of our collection, arts from every continent. And this is for you to enjoy, to read. So, thank you. I don't think anything, there's nothing critical. It's more that I'm here just to say that it would really be our honor to return these wrongly taken objects back to the kingdom. And so we want to figure out how we do that, what the process is, and to find what works best for everyone here. That's really our main goal, is that this is as easy for everyone here, and that we take on the burden of making sure that this is done right. So, I think that going forward, we will speak to university about the process from our side, but also we would want to know from you what the process would be for you to take back and when, and these kinds of questions. So it's really, this is, we're sort of at your pleasure is really what it is. Yeah.
And also, I know you discussed with me about the exhibition.
Yes.
And the possibility of having His Royal Majesty opening, but I couldn't give you the details because I don't work on those things. And I told you that when we come here, Chief of Staff and everybody, you can, engage in conversations with them to see how and what it takes for His Majesty to fly all the way to Los Angeles.
Yeah, that's our hope is that before the 7 pieces would come back, that we would be able to show them in an exhibition, that we would want help from the palace on how to properly talk about these 7 pieces and the war and all of that from the perspective of the kingdom as opposed to from our perspective. So we would really like to be able to do that exhibition at the museum, and then, if possible, we'll find out about what it takes to bring you all to the Fowler as well, if that's an option for us. Yeah.
Well, thank you very much, and thank you, Nadia, for visiting us today. So, with this good news about the willingness to return these artifacts to us, yes. This was in 1874, during the War of Nana-Kobika-Kari, that all these happened. And ironically, it's going to be 150 years of that war on the 6th of February next year. How I wished I had these by that time to display them. Because I have the intention of celebrating that 150 years of Garnet Wesley, and there was a Sagrenti War. That's shortened, but in those days we couldn't pronounce Garnet Wesley. So it was more like Sagrenti. Sir Garnet. So it's Sir Garnet Wesley. So Sagrenti. It's been captioned as Sagrenti War, 1874. It was immediately after that we signed the Formula Treaty where Africa then agreed to sign to submit to the British. Right? So it would be ideally appropriate for your museum to willingly agree to return it here. We are in the process of talking to the British Museum and other museums. Some of them are willing to return. The British Museum is going through this antiquity law and that some weird law, and I was there in May for a meeting with them. And their position, I knew that they didn't have the power to do it, but I raised it up in certain court to say that I still believe that it would be very appropriate for us to return them here. And someone asked a question which was not, where are you going to keep them? Not directly to me, but to one of my delegates. And he didn't tell me, because I was going to answer to them that even when you came, if we didn't have modern properties, we still kept these things here. Why now in this modern era where we have secure places? But I told him, he didn't mention it to me. He knew I would have given them an appropriate response. But thank you for believing in us. Thank you for accepting that these are our properties, and therefore it's worth your while to return them. We'll be more grateful to that. That we can do to facilitate that here. Whatever it is that you think we can do to facilitate, we'll be more than happy to do that. Looking at us also wanting us to come to your museum before, so that also can be worked out, so that because next year will be a long year, so we can do the museum, the exhibition, and then return them once we are coming back from there. So that at least that would also be fine. So we can agree on the date somehow, Prof and others, so that we see. I know, looking at that, we might not be able to work within the time frame of 6th February. We can look at alternatives there, but with that in mind, that at least there's a museum in California that is willing to return these artifacts to us, and therefore we'll be more than happy to do that. But I thank you for coming, because Ampre mentioned it to us.
John.
He's been an able son of mine, and with Ashanti in his heart and in mind and everything. So when I got the details about what you wanted to return, and I said, and then he said, you'll be coming. So we were looking forward to see you.
John.
For coming up with this very important, but the soul of us. That's where the soul, and can you imagine when I went to the British Museum, they couldn't even take me to where the artifacts are.
Really?
They couldn't do that. They feared for the words, but I was not going to lie.
John.
So thank you very much. And how long are you staying here?
So Monday.
Monday. Okay, fine. So I'm sure on Sunday you could come for. We have our own traditional festivals, and maybe you can experience that on Sunday.
Sunday.
John.
Before you go. That gives you a picture. So it's more like the soul of the people. So all these things mean so much to people that if it comes back, people appreciate that. Through no fault of ours, where someone comes to ransack and then take
John.
through auctions, they lead them to this. And, so we say thank you. So that was more like an elephant tail than we used. And then this one also. Maybe I wear a replica of that on Sunday for you to see. We have that.
I would love that.
And the other ones are there. Let's see. There's also another one that we can wear for you. I'll try and bring some of those out for you to see how they look like on me.
That would be wonderful.
And there's also one of them. There's two.
Yes.
And this one too, yes. This one is also there. And this was these two. Oh, this one too is there. And where not the Supreme chair.
It's very, very small.
Very small, yeah. That's true. That's quite a collection and it will find a place in our museum also.